I am Professor Rajendra Korande from my channel Teach Easy. This is the second lecture of SOM, in which we are going to start the first unit, that is movement of inertia. So without wasting the time, let us start for the same. Now let us first see what is inertia. You know from applied mechanics, from the Newton's first law of motion, any body is reluctant to change its state. What is that? That is, if body is at rest, it cannot be in motion unless and until you apply some external force on it. Or if the body is in motion, you cannot stop that body unless and until you apply some external force in opposite direction. This is what is inertia, which is introduced by Newton by the first law of motion. So what is inertia? It is the property of the material due to which it offers the resistance in changing its state, that is from rest to motion or from motion to rest. Okay? This is known as inertia. Now let us see what is moment of inertia. Definitely moment of inertia is the property of cross section. Now let us first find out what is the definition of moment of inertia. What is the meaning of moment of inertia? Now in first year in applied mechanics, we have studied the centroid of an area. Now let us say that this is area A. This is reference x-axis. This is reference y-axis. Let us say that this is a very small elemental area dA in this lamina or body. Such that its distance of its centroid, you can say, from the reference y-axis is x. Always keep in mind, x is the horizontal distance. It is always with respect to the vertical axis, and y is the distance, vertical distance from horizontal x-axis. Now in first year, we saw that if you take movement of this area about the reference axis. Now what is movement? We know that. If you are taking movement of the force, it is force into perpendicular distance from the reference axis. Now here we are taking the movement of area. So it will be that area into reference axis. If you are taking with respect to x, it will be dA into y. If you are taking with respect to y, it will be dA into x. Now, you know that the common or the total area of the lamina is consisting of n number of such small elemental areas. So, mathematically, by summing up all these moments, we get what is known as centroid, which we saw in the first year. So how do we get centroid? X bar is distance from y-axis. So it is summation of dA. What is summation of dA? Summation of areas of all elemental parts of that lamina multiplied by what? We are taking movement about y-axis. So x bar is equal to, yes, into x. Similarly, y bar is equal to summation dA into y. While finding out x bar, we are taking movement of area about y-axis. While finding out y bar, we are taking movement of area about x-axis. In short, the first movement of area about the reference axis gives us the position of the centroid that we saw in applied mechanics. Now what we are going to see? Now if we again take the movement, that is, it is dA into x again, that will be the second movement of area about the reference axis y. Similarly, if you take the second movement about reference axis x, it is dA into y. Therefore, summation of all elemental areas into y is first movement, again into y is second movement. So y square, which is also denoted as integration y square into dA. And what is this? This is second movement of area about x-axis. So this is denoted by Ixx. Therefore, the moment of area A of inertia about the reference x-axis is Ixx, which is summation dA into y, that is y square, that is integration y square dA. Similarly, moment of inertia of this area about y axis will be, can you tell me what is the first movement? dA into x, integration of that, and again second movement, that is dA into x. So it will be summation of dA into x square, that is integration x square dA. Now from this mathematical portion, we can now define the moment of inertia. Please see carefully. You can write the definitions from the book. Moment of inertia of a plane area about the reference axis is the second moment of area or movement of that area with respect to reference axis. This is purely the property of cross section. Now here you can see that Ixx is equal to integration y square dA, Iyy is equal to integration x square dA. Okay. Now these are important conclusions which we draw. Now here you can see that in a very simple manner, moment of inertia is product of area and square of the distance. So it is distance into distance into distance into distance. Therefore, the unit of moment of inertia is mm raised to 4 cm raised to 4 meter raised to 4, etc. Now again I will repeat the definition of moment of inertia. How we will define the moment of inertia? Moment of inertia of a plane lamina is the second moment of area about the reference axis, or moment of area about the reference axis. Now these are known as area moments of inertia because we are taking the moments of areas. Similarly, as far as dynamics is concerned, in dynamics, mass moment of inertia is required. Now, what is mass moment of inertia? Instead of area, if you take the moment of mass, it will be, that is Ixx, that is mass moment of inertia about x-axis axis will be integration dm into y square. Similarly, mass moment of inertia about y axis will be integration dm x square. Now here, as far as mass moment of inertia is concerned, this mass moment of inertia is product of mass and square of the distance. Hence, its unit will be unit of mass multiplied by square of the distance. That is, it will be kg into meter square, kg into centimeter square, kg into mm square, etc. Now, as far as our syllabus, we have to deal with only area moment of inertia. Okay? Now, let us proceed further. Let us see now the first important theorem, that is theorem of parallel axis. Parallel axis theorem of moment of inertia. Now let us see what do we mean by parallel axis theorem. Again consider a lamina, say A. Now, this is the centroid and this is the horizontal axis passing through the centroid. As it is horizontal axis, it is x-axis axis. Now, if we are interested to find out moment of inertia of this area A about the axis which is lying in the same plane and it is parallel to the centroidal axis. This is very important to know. Here I have shown x-axis axis. What is x-axis axis? It is the horizontal centroidal axis of the area. AB is another axis. How axis AB is? AB is lying in the same plane and it is parallel to axis x-axis. Let us say that this axis AB is at a distance H, like this. Now what is parallel axis theorem? If you want to find out moment of inertia of area about the axis which is lying in the same plane and parallel to its centroidal axis, it can be calculated by parallel axis theorem. It is moment of inertia of an area about the axis which is lying in the same plane of area and parallel to its centroidal axis is the summation of moment of inertia of that area about the centroidal axis and the product of area of that particular lamina and square of the distance between the two axes. Now it is not necessary that this is only horizontal. If I say that this is y axis, you can find out. If I say this is IAB, it is parallel to y axis. So in that case, it is IYY. In short, Ixx and Iyy are the moments of inertia of that particular area about the centroidal axis, which can also be denoted as IgG. What is GG? That is moment of inertia about the centroidal axis. Generally, we are denoting this centroid as G. So the axis passing through that centroid is IgG. Okay. So this is known as a parallel axis theorem. This is also known as the transfer formula, because using this particular formula, we can transfer the moment of inertia which is available at this centroidal axis to any other axis, but that axis must be lying in the same plane. So this is the statement of parallel axis theorem. I will again repeat the statement. Please see carefully. It states that, into quotes, the moment of inertia of any plane lamina about any axis which is lying in that plane and parallel to the centroidal axis is given as the sum of its moment of inertia about the self-centroidal axis and the product of area of that lamina and square of the distance between the two parallel axes. Full stop, quotes complete. This is known as parallel axis theorem. This particular parallel axis theorem is very much suitable and very much useful while finding out the moment of inertias of different plane figures. So this is parallel axis theorem, or it is also known as transfer formula.